Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of The Listening Room. We haven't done one of these in a little while. You know, my intent is always to do these at least once a month, but it just never works out that way. Usually you get like maybe one a quarter. Maybe one of these days I'll get to doing them once a month. But anyway, these are just episodes where I can kind of show off and talk about some of the things I've been listening to in some of my free time. Not necessarily to review and talk about on the channel, but stuff that I've been picking up and listening to. But you know, for this episode mainly because, as everybody who watches knows, I've had COVID for the last week and a half. I'm finally feeling pretty good, but I'm not quite 100% yet. But you know, when you're, or at least for me, when you're stuck with COVID and you got it pretty bad, especially for like the first 4 or 5 days or so, you really can't do much of anything else. So I like kind of sat on the couch and watched a lot of movies and just under a blanket. That's just what I did. One movie after another, after another, after another. So I will talk about some of the stuff I've been listening to here and there over the last couple of weeks and this week, because this week I'm getting back into listening routine once again. But I'm mainly going to be talking about some of the films I've been watching. So let's get started with the music first. So first of all, I picked this up recently. This is pretty cool. Really good hard rock rarity from, the late 70s. I'm going to imagine early 70s. The band is called Demian, self-titled. This is basically the band that was Bubble Puppy. And they went off and formed this other band called Demian. Pretty good hard rock record. There's like around 10 tracks or so, or 8 tracks, something like that. Just good psychedelic hard rock music. Early 70s type of stuff. Very solid, really like that a lot. Good riffing going on there. I picked up this cool little two-on-one set. Neil Schon and Jan Hammer, Untold Passion and Here to Stay. I mean, it's just ripping guitar work and great keyboards from these two superstar players. And I always liked the stuff they did together. I wish more of it was instrumental, but even as like a lot of vocal pieces as there are, it's still really, really good. Just good kind of like melodic rock with fiery, proggy playing and soloing. Quite good. Really dig that a lot. I like anything Neil Schon, to be honest with you. What else we got? Picked up from Ken Golden. Got some kind of like boots here. This is fantastic. The Groundhogs, live 1972. Let me just look at this. Look at that track list right there. You know, you got Eccentric Man, Music is the Food of Thought, Still a Fool, Split Part 1 and Part 2, Cherry Red and Groundhog Blues. Just a really good recording, too. And it's just, it was recorded in June 1972 in Memphis, Tennessee. Blistering guitar work on here, just from Tony McPhee. Really good power trio, heavy blues rock, psychedelic blues rock, even a little proto metal going on here. Really, really good. If you like the Groundhogs, definitely check that out. We got This Is Fantastic. This is the Mahavishnu Orchestra from Avery Fisher Hall, 1973, right before the first lineup of Mahavishnu broke up, and just 5 long tracks: Birds of Fire, Sister Andrea, The Dance of the Maya, Dream, and Trilogy. Really good quality. Avery Fisher Hall in New York City. That's well worth checking out. Picked up this, Rick Labonte and I did the Deep Purple live album show recently, and one of our viewers had mentioned one of the ones we didn't show that we didn't have was the recording from Aachen in Germany in 1970, July 11, 1970. So I went and found a copy of that. This is actually called Space Volume 1 and 2, but it is the Aachen show. Got a 20-minute Wring That Neck, Black Knight, Painted Black, and then a big 33.5-minute long Mandrake Roots. Pretty good recording. Gillan's vocals are recorded a little weirdly, but otherwise I think that the instrumental exploits of the band is in full swing there. Very cool stuff. I got this, kind of like a Grateful Dead offshoot band, Kingfish. All right, so this is featuring Bob Weir and a couple of other guys, I believe, from New Riders of the Purple Sage, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, who do we got here? Matthew Kelly and Dave Thorbert and Bobby. Jeez, I can't even read this. It's so tiny. Hold on. Bob Weir on guitars and vocals, Dave Thorbert on bass and vocals, Matthew Kelly guitar, vocals, Robbie Hodnott on lead guitar and slide, Chris Herald drums, and J.D. Sharp on some keyboards and things. So this, and I've always been intrigued by this because, again, I like the Dead, and I always love this album cover. And it's got some cool live shots of the band here as well. It's just good Grateful Dead style music, right? Just good rock music with like little psychedelic and country rock touches and things. Lots of good guitar work. Pretty cool stuff there. What else we got here? I picked these two up from. We'll be featuring Rich Catino, and I'll be featuring these on the next, not the one for this month, but next month's New Wave of Traditional Metal. We've got the band Iron Flame, Where Madness Dwells, and their new one, Kingdom Torn Asunder. Just really great classic sounding heavy metal from a newer band on the scene. Gotta love these High Roller Records kind of releases, right? Very cool stuff. Let's see what else we got here. Got this Cadavra Holography. This is an Italian band. Very cool kind of heavy rock, psych, and prog from the folks at Black Widow Records. Got this, let's see, hold on. Secta Sonica Astropheria. This is really cool instrumental stuff from, God, I forget what year this came out, 1977. All instrumental. It's kind of like, it's kind of fusiony, but like think like maybe the more instrumental fusion oriented Allman Brothers band, maybe Sea Level, maybe a little Santana, that sort of thing. Maybe a little Happy the Man on the prog side. Just really good instrumental rock with touches of fusion and great guitar work. Really good. Secta Sonica Astropheria. Very good album. I picked up these two Spect albums, which are just incredible. Kind of like earthless, psychedelic rock, krautrock, nutso, crazy guitar soloing. Just spacey, cool stuff. If you just want to hear, guitar playing, shredding in a psychedelic vein, kind of stonery, you need to check that out. Picked up a couple of the Mrs. Beasley kind of jazz rock prog albums. All right, so you got these three here. We got this is the self-titled one. This one is called, the full title is Dr. Aftershave and the Mixed Pickles. And then, of course, we've got the classic one, Space Gorilla. Just really cool, kind of like European jazz rock. Really fun stuff. What else we got? Some early psychedelic hard rock, heavy rock, prog, Necromonicon, Tip zum Zulsbort. All right, from the Garden of Delights, cool German rarity from 1972. More jazz rock here. This is Jordi Sabates, Ocels del Mesquenilla. Very cool instrumental jazz rock there. We got Rumpelstiltskin. Thank you, Ken. More good early 70s psych, hard rock, prog sort of thing. And then cool, more German prog, Epidermis. Got June 1975. And of course, Genius of the Original Force. Very cool, gentle giant, complex prog stuff. Well worth checking out. Let's see. I mean, there's other stuff here and there, but that's of the stuff that I'm listening to, not necessarily for the channel. We got that. Let's go to the movies. The Dunwich Horror. Very cool H.P. Lovecraft type stuff with a whole host of people that you all know. Dean Stockwell's in here, Ed Begley, Sandra Dee. Great cast. Just, again, a great Arrow release here on Blu-ray. Just a really cool kind of creepy old horror film. Let's see. I've been watching a lot of westerns, as you'll see in a minute here. Picked up this western collection, which has Pale Rider, The Wild Bunch, Rio Bravo, How the West Was One of the Searchers. These are all, these classic westerns from yesteryear. I haven't gotten all the way through this yet. I've watched Pale Rider's so good, man. I'm just on a Clint Eastwood kick of late. The Wild Bunch is great, and Rio Bravo is just classic John Wayne, Dean Martin. I haven't watched When the West Was One of the Searchers yet, but that's coming up. I have immersed myself once again in watching the Mission Impossible franchise. So this is the first 6 films, and then I also have the most recent one. I love these. These are so good. It's funny because I ignored these for years and years and basically just said, I'm not going to go, bother with those big budget Tom Cruise action adventure type things, whatever. But they're just so cleverly made. They're loads of fun. Really well done, great special effects, but great stunts, right? The acting, the acting is really good, and the casts are all really good. Just really strong stuff. Really love those a lot. And the funny thing is, I think the franchise gets better as it goes along. the last couple have just been really, really great. Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. All right, saw this in the theaters, loved it. Picked up the 4K, love it. I know it didn't do as well as some of the other films in the Mad Max franchise, but I thought it was loads of fun. Loads of fun. Altered States. Remember this? Yeah, I hadn't seen this in a million years. Picked it up on Blu-ray. Love it. Just a weird-ass movie, but still so cool. Kind of sci-fi horror type of thing. Really good. Let's see. High Plains Drifter by Clint Eastwood. Classic. Classic. Clint was just the man back then. Here's a Davey Gallagher recommendation. He talked about this on a recent Monsters Den episode. Closed Circuit, Italian film, kind of like a crime thriller. Very cool movie. This is available from the Severin folks. This is a lot of fun, and man, the ending is just so good. Definitely check this out if you like a real tight, just very interesting and intricate little thriller. It's basically takes place in one scene, the whole movie, but that's what makes it so good. The Big Country, William Wire, Gregory Peck and Company, really cool, classic Western. Love the ending fight between Charlton Heston and Gregory Peck, just so awesome. Here's a fun one in 4K, Thunderbolt and Lightfoot, Clint Eastwood and Jeff Bridges. Great film, loads of fun. Good, just kind of action, crime thriller, buddy film. Well done. Veracruz with Gary Cooper and Burt Lancaster, another great old-fashioned Western. Just lots of fun there. Let's see, whatever. How about Clint as the kind of like country lawman let loose in the big city, New York City? That's Coogan's Bluff. Love it. So good again. And a lot of this stuff, man, that goes on in this movie, like would not fly today. But it was the 70s, right? It's just, they got away with a lot there. But yeah, definitely Clint is just badass there. Touch of Evil on 4K. All right, from Kino Lorber. Of course, the great Orson Welles. Heston is great. Janet Leigh, great thriller. Here's one. I like this a lot. The Town, directed by Ben Affleck, starring Ben Affleck. You got Rebecca Hall. John Hamm is in this. Jeremy Renner is great in this. Blake Lively. Really, really good. Kind of one of the classic early 2000 heist films. Really, really well done. Great acting. In 4K, got the classic Night of the Hunter. Kind of cool serial killer, thriller, horror, starring Robert Mitchum as the bad guy, Shelley Winters. Really good film. Great in 4K. And speaking of this, I love this. 12 Angry Men in 4K, directed by Sidney Lumet. What a cast, what acting. Again, another great way to, basically they took a stage play and made it into a film. The whole film is basically in one scene in one room with an amazing cast. Martin Balsam is here, Jack Klugman, John Fielder, Jack Warden, E.G. Marshall, of course, Henry Fonda. Just amazing. One of the great ensemble casts of all time. Just so good. Another Western from Clint and Shirley MacLaine. Two Mules for Sister Sarah. Lots of fun. Love it. One of my favorites from this whole batch here is Sergio Leone's Once Upon a Time in the West. Amazing. There's Mr. Fonda once again. Jason Robards, Charles Bronson. Great cast here. An amazing film. Looks fantastic in 4K. So good. Sergio, those spaghetti westerns from Sergio Leone in my book are amazing. Back to horror. Eli Roth's Thanksgiving. So much fun. Classic slasher done today. Hope we see a sequel to this. This is absolutely a blast. Love this. Lots of cool gore. Just fun movie. Just going back to the way slashers should be done and used to be done. And then finishing out with this last batch we got on 4K, we got Clint's The Unforgiven. Amazing film. So good. Directed by him, starring him. Hackman's great. Richard Harris, Morgan Freeman's great. The whole cast is just so good. Roger Corman, fun. Battle Beyond the Stars, starring Richard Thomas and a whole bunch of other people just cheesy, low-budget sci-fi, total ripoff of like Star Wars and Battlestar Galactica that came right before it, but who cares? It's loads of fun. And they did a lot with the money they had for that film. Really like it. Here we got another sci-fi movie, Life. Basically an alien ripoff, but who cares? I love it. It's fun. Jake Gyllenhaal, Rebecca Ferguson. Love Rebecca Ferguson. Ryan Reynolds and company. So good. 4K of Gorgo, classic Godzilla ripoff, but I love it anyway. It's really well done film with a good message at the end, all about kind of family, and the big monster suits look great, and the miniatures are great. The destruction is just loads of fun. Vinegar Syndrome's got loads of cool supplement stuff here. Great on 4K, looks amazing. And then the last one is 4D. Yeah, this is just a great 1959 fun sci-fi movie. Starring a very young Lee Merriweather, who looks great, by the way. Also Robert Lansing, too. Really fun film from the Kino Lorber folks. Oh, I do have a few more. Hold on. Picked up Twister in 4K. Looks great in 4K, and it sounds great. Holy cow, this is the original Twister with Helen Hunt and Bill Paxton. Loads and loads of fun. Also, we got Battlestar Galactica. So this is basically the first 2 or 3 episodes made into like a movie, starring Lauren Green and company, Richard Hatch and everybody. A lot of fun. Looks great too. Picked up Prisoners. Really good thriller. And of course you got Hugh Jackman and Jake Gyllenhaal, and a really nice cast here. Really love the director, the same director, of course, that did the Dune films, and I also picked up part 2 of the Dune series, and just so good. Looks amazing in 4K. These are the type of films that you need to see in 4K. Just really great. Got Night of the Comet in 4K. Loads of fun. 80s apocalyptic kind of zombie-ish type of just classic 80s stuff. Butcher Baker, Nightmare Maker. Great horror film. Again, for the folks at Severin. Well worth checking out. And then last but not least, also from Kino Lorber, I got The Land Unknown. Took advantage of a Kino Lorber sale. Got a bunch of these for $8, $10 or something. Land Unknown, just cheesy, what year was this? 1957, black and white, Lost World type of thing, with the fake looking dinosaurs and whatnot. But loads of fun. So yeah, that's it, folks. That's it for this edition of the Listening Room. This is my COVID journey, right? So you get to see and hear about all the stuff I was watching and listening to, mostly watching during COVID, but post-COVID listening to. So enjoy. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube all together all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below, get the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, and our Cameo page. Thank you in advance for all your support there, and we'll see you soon here with more stuff. I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.